Speaking of fake and gay, toxic snow reports. If you're not ready to put heads on spikes yet, you ought to be. Let me find this conversation here. The snow from New Mexico to the Atlantic. I've been getting updates from, I don't know if he wants his name on the internet. I'll ask him later. However, let's just say samples have been taken. Multiple samples have been taken. And here's just one from Fargo, North Dakota. Let's just look at this. Readings, date of scan, February the 1st, 2026. Fargo, North Dakota snow sample. 136 infectious agents, 90 viral agents, synthetic. 94 viral skin agents, synthetic. 128 respiratory viral agents, synthetic. 124 inhaled poisons, 105 chemical poisons, 95 heavy metal poisons, 36 cyanide poison, 21 cadmium poison, 73 radioactive fallout group 1, 86 radioactive fallout group 2. Now these are probably parts per million. 70 radioactive barium iodine, 18 radioactive plutonium strontium, 79 sulfuric acid, 83 aluminum heavy metal, 24 arsenic heavy metal, 35 barium heavy metal, 19 cadmium heavy metal, 52 mercury heavy metal, 70 lead heavy metal, 46 strontium heavy metal, 32 silver nitrate. Now here's an interesting one. 28 mRNA technology, and 59 ergot in the snow. That's the sample from Fargo, North Dakota. The sample from Beverly, North Central, West Virginia looks very similar. The sample from Tyler, Texas looks very similar. The sample from North Carolina looks very similar. On and on and on, because they're still spraying things into the sky. They're poisoning the air, the water, the land, your minds, your food, all of it. It's all fake and gay. So what do you do to fix that? By the way, Heads on Spikes 2028. What do we do to fix that? If not sooner, Heads on Spikes. Fire up the wood chippers, boys, because the Air Quote elected representatives, are not going to do anything on your behalf to fix it, because it is counter to their financial interests and, frankly, their lives, because they are compromised. And if they individually are not compromised, they are operating inside of a compromised system. So you, me, all of us, you need to group up ASAP. If you do not have a group currently, you need one. And I don't want to hear, I can't. That's fine. The extent to which you adhere to this advice is the extent to which you have the ability to weather the storm that is coming. The extent to which you take this advice seriously is the extent to which it will be effective. Now, I'm already doing this, so I don't need you to acquiesce to my recommendations in order to feel validated. I am simply telling you what I have seen work on my end.
But I want to play this clip here. This is Janine Pirro or whatever. She's a former TV judge that's been appointed by the Trump administration. She's part of that administration. But listen to what she's talking about when it comes to guns in Washington, D.C. Just listen for a second
You
here.
bring a gun into the district, you mark my words, you're going to jail. I don't care if you have a license in another district, and I don't care if you're a law-abiding gun owner somewhere else. You bring a gun into this district, count on going to jail, and hope you get the gun back.
All right. You know, one of the things that I keep seeing a lot is like, oh, we got to be the law and order, the land of law and order. We want the administration of law and order. Yeah, that's great, but what law are you referring to? Are you referring to little ordinances and state laws that, and federal code and stuff that anyone can kind of, you know, get past and write up? Or are we talking about the supreme law of the land, the Constitution? Because what she just said in that little clip is an absolute complete violation of the Second Amendment. And it's also in violation of local law, because in DC, you can get a permit to carry a firearm. In fact, many people do. In fact, many elected officials carry firearms even into the Capitol building. And so, you know, unless I am mistaken, what she just said is trying to make everyone in DC that's carrying a gun legally, or even owning a gun legally, which I hate that term. All Americans can own a gun, and it's legal, regardless, in my opinion, of what any kind of statute says. But anyways, let's play their game for a moment. You can legally own and carry a firearm in DC if you go through the proper channels. So is she saying that all of those people are now criminals? That they're going to be arrested? I have a feeling, and this is not a prediction, it's just a feeling, that at some point, some type of event would happen in the United States that would draw attention again to the dangers of gun ownership and the big, scary, fully automatic, semi-automatic, you know, military-style assault weapons. And we would start to see a movement to actually ban, restrict, confiscate some of those. It may not be an all-out, like, say, Australia or the United Kingdom, but I could certainly see this administration going down that path. So just be careful, be watchful, lock and load, stock up, be prepared. The other thing in the news is, again, Iran.